call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
Welcome to the Grind Force Gaming Dungeon Guide for Algeth'Ar Academy. To start, jump to the first platform and grab a buff from the Dragonflight recruiters. Bronze Dragonflight gives 5% haste, blue 8 points of mastery, green 10% healing taken, red 5% versatility, and black 5% critical strike. Veximus is the first boss we'll take a look at, but keep in mind there's multiple routes that you can take. The first ability to be aware of is the arcane orbs that spawn around Veximus. These orbs should be soaked by multiple different people, as each one does damage to the player and gives a debuff which increases damage by 100% taken. As a trick, someone with magic immunity can run around and soak all the orbs. If the orbs get to Veximus, damage will be taken by the whole party. He will gain 20% energy. Once Veximus reaches 100 energy, he will cast Arcane Fissure. This does knockback as well as damage. There's also swirls that will spawn underneath the players. Make sure you do not drop this on anyone. Veximus will also cast Arcane Explosion, which is a high damage magic cone. So tanks, make sure Veximus is facing away from the other party members. Veximus will cast Mana Bombs on 3 players, which is a dot that must be healed through. Eventually they will explode and drop puddles on the ground after the debuff expires. The next boss we will look at is Croth. Playball is the main mechanic of this fight. You will see 2 large circles on opposite ends of the platform. Grab balls and run to the circles, and hit the extra action button to throw balls into the center. Once you have scored 3 balls in either of the 3 circles, one of 2 effects will go into place. Scoring 3 into the fire goal activates Firestorm. For the rest of the fight, dodge the red swirls. Croth will be stunned and takes 75% extra damage for 12 seconds. If 3 goals are scored in the wind circle, you'll need to dodge roving cyclones, which are random cyclones that spawn on the map. For the rest of the fight, winds will push you around the platform. Pick up Gale Force orbs for temporary immunity from the push. Croth will cast Deafening Screech, which interrupts your cast and deals increasing damage every time Croth casts it. If you are casting when Deafening Screech goes off, you will be locked out of that spell school for 6 seconds. Each cast will apply a stack of Sonic Vulnerability, which permanently increases its damage. You can only remove this by scoring goals during Playball. Approximately every 30 seconds, Croth casts Overpowering Gust. This is a frontal cone attack where if players get hit, they will be knocked off the platform. Make sure this is dodged. Savage Peck is an attack that hurts tanks. It causes a dot and high damage. Use defensives as needed. The next boss we will look at is Overgrown Ancient. The Overgrown Ancient will cast Germinate, which causes many swirls to spawn underneath the player's feet. Try to lump up as close as possible so that the Hungry Lashers that eventually spawn can be AoE'd down quickly. The Hungry Lashers do not spawn immediately, so make sure that they are killed as fast as possible. Once Overgrown Ancient casts Branch Out, a large ad will spawn, and this needs to be focused and kicked when it's casting spells. Overgrown Ancient eventually casts Burst Forth. Burst Forth is what causes the Lasher Seeds to finally turn into Lashers. Everyone will take a large hit of damage when this is cast, so make sure that everyone is topped off. The Lashers will apply Lasher Toxin, which stacks, so try not to get hit by many Lashers. Barkbreaker is a tank buster attack that does physical damage and gives a physical damage taken debuff. The final boss is Echo of Doragosa. Every magical ability done by Doragosa applies a stack of overwhelming power to the player, which gives the player a 5% damage buff. Once the player reaches 3 stacks of overwhelming power, arcane rifts will be dropped. They last for 2 minutes. Uncontrolled energy will then erupt from the arcane rifts. This will need to be dodged. Doragosa occasionally casts Astral Breath. This is a frontal cone of damage and needs to be dodged. Doragosa will cast Power Vacuum, which is a giant circle around her and will suck the players into her. Get out of the circle to avoid massive damage. Doragosa will cast Arcane Missiles. which is a single target nuke cast at a random player, not necessarily the tank. Energy Bomb is also targeted at random. Players should move away from the person with Energy Bomb as it will explode and hit others around them. Thank you for watching the Grind Force Dungeon Guide for Algeth'Ar Academy. Please like and subscribe for more content. We hope to see you soon, and grind on.